Hi, I'm Elise. In 2015, I moved my whole family, including all of the pets, to Seoul, South Korea, to be an international correspondent. And y'all, Korea is vibrant and electric and highly visual. On signs and stores and all the screens, I saw endless images of a standardized perfection. And it threw me back in time and reminded me of being a teen model in Texas, a job where looks mattered a lot. And I felt a lot of pressure to fix myself.
That's NPR's Elise Hu, one-time international correspondent in South Korea. After returning to the U.S., Elise couldn't stop thinking about Korea's vision of beauty. So she wrote a book, Flawless Lessons in Looks and Culture from the K-Beauty Capital. And Elise is here with us now. Welcome to New Day. Thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you. It's a delight to be here and to be in Seattle.
I mean, I have to say, this is something that I feel we've needed to talk about for a long time. Not just in South Korea, but just worldwide. But what was it about K-beauty specifically that sent you down this rabbit hole?
I didn't realize just how prevalent a particular standard was. So when I went to Seoul, the very first night I was there, I was in Myeongdong, which is the makeup district, the makeup capital, and I just saw floor-to-ceiling signage of the ideal woman with that long, luxurious hair, that perfect porcelain skin, the big bright eyes, and then they all looked kind of surgically altered. We don't know for sure, of course, but alongside that, I was being sold all these products, skincare, cosmetics, plastic surgery procedures to try and improve my appearance. So it was really prevalent and prominent all over the place as soon as I touched down.
You kind of touched on this a little bit, but talk to me more about what the expectations are about the shape, the size, the look of what the true beautiful woman should be.
Sure, it's extremely feminine. So it's a lot of skirts, it's long hair, not short hair, it's perfect skin. The skin standard is rather extreme. It's the smoothness, it's that glass skin, as they call it, glowiness, dewiness, and then a thinness standard that I hadn't encountered. It's a 50-kilogram standard, or 110 pounds, which was wild, and it was sort of irrespective of your height. And there was this logic that you kind of had to work hard on your body. You had to work hard in order to look good, and that if you didn't work on your appearance, then you weren't working hard.
And you weren't a good person.
And you were somehow, incompetent, right? Or lazy for not trying to improve your appearance. So it framed appearance as this matter of personal responsibility, which I then wanted to really take a deeper look at.
Yeah. And then you also mentioned the plastic surgery portion. I actually had friends when I was younger who went to South Korea and got eye surgery, blepharoplasty.
Yeah, it is so much cheaper. It's a fraction of the cost of any procedures in the United States. And we're not necessarily talking about surgical procedures. We're also talking about injectables and fillers and all these non-invasive things that you can get done. South Korea has the most advanced and mature medical aesthetic market in the world. More plastic surgeons per capita than any other place on the planet. No other country comes close.
Wow.
4 times as many per capita than the United States.
And so that means there is a need, but on the other side of that need, it means people are being told they have to change. And you are a former TV reporter, a former teen model. I mean, you know what it's like to be in the public eye. On a personal level, I know as a person who's on TV, you get a lot of unsolicited beauty advice. You know what you should do, you know what you shouldn't do. So, I mean, how does the book incorporate in that?
I was really sort of triggered by it when I first got to Korea because I wasn't on television anymore. I was a radio foreign correspondent, and I really didn't have to be kind of put my face on in order to get in front of a camera anymore, except all the time I was confronted with comments like, ooh, freckles. We can do something about that. Like, there's a place for that. There's a guy for that. Have you been to this med spa? So immediately, I faced what is called lookism, this idea of appearance-based discrimination.
Right.
And it's just one of the other isms. It's another way to discriminate against people. And I realized that, okay, we might have it where in South Korea where they kind of say the quiet part out loud. But we have it in the United States, too.
We really do have it in the United States. I mean, I think that there's a lot more awareness about it, a lot less tolerance to this lookism. But I want to talk more about that because the lookism is basically those who are not adhering to the beauty standards, right?
Right.
And in that people shun them.
Yeah, it's a kind of erasure. So the fat phobia is really extreme because of the skinniness standard, right? And so if you don't fit, you are seen as incapable or lazy or not hardworking. And that's just because your body size is just different than everybody else's, or different than the prevailing standard. I think what happens when in a culture of lookism is that we fail to see the diversity of the human experience. All of us come out differently, and that isn't celebrated, and that's worrying to me.
So when you were there and you were talking to people who are just, I mean, our bodies are born, we're born differently.
Exactly.
Some people are born this way and that. So did you get to talk to anyone who just said, you know, I've never been able to meet this standard and it's just been impossible living this way?
Yes, there's an entire chapter on women who basically have made themselves invisible or feel as though they're invisible and haven't shown up for themselves and haven't shown up in the world and made their voices known and spoken up because they have been essentially shunned because of their appearance, because they were too fat or too hairy or whatever it was. That didn't fit the standard.
I want to just reach in there and hug them because I think this is not just about South Korea. The K-beauty is everywhere now.
Absolutely.
We're starting to see this trend. I mean, I even at one point have looked at some of these images of these glassy, dewy people, and look, my skin is not glassy and dewy anymore. It has not been for 20 years. So it is hard, though, not to be hard on oneself. Is there a risk of these impossible standards becoming more prominent around the world?
That's what I'm worried about, because what South Korea shows us is a near future, a society that's incredibly visual and increasingly virtual and always connected through algorithms or on algorithms of social media and on screens. And all of us are spending more and more time on TikTok and Instagram and all of these social media platforms. And what happens then is we are shown not only more images of beautiful people and beauty standards, we're also shown the ways to fix it. The ways to get the various Botox, or now it's Trap Tox, is the really popular thing on TikTok. It's a TikTok trend where you get Botox shot into your trap muscles, your trapezius muscles, in order to slim down the appearance of your neck. So to elongate your neck. And that is something that South Korea was doing 5-6 years ago.
Really?
It is now a TikTok
We're seeing
trend
it
in the
here.
United States.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate this. I really appreciate this talk. I mean, I think anyone who has experienced, you know, I've gotten Botox before. We've all done the things, but I think overall is important to be having this conversation.
And just interrogate ourselves and be aware.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And our kids and our daughters.
And be
sons.
good models and good ancestors.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure chatting with you. And if you'd like to hear more from Elise, she's actually got a book event tonight, Wednesday, June 7th at Elliott Bay Book Company. And then the former Seattle Mayor Hyok Kim is going to join Elise. So it's going to be a great conversation. So go check it out.